Yo, what is up, NBA and basketball fans? It's me, Zach Lee, back bringing some more NBA news. Now, I know what you're saying. SDC, you just said you were going to condense these videos down to once per week. SDC, why you be changing your mind so much about this channel? SDC, what the heck is going on here? I know that's what all of you guys are thinking, and I know. I'm sorry, I changed my mind a lot. I said once a week every Monday, but here's the thing. I can't promise you guys a schedule. I can't promise you that I'm gonna upload every single day, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. I can't promise you anything like that. So I'm just gonna be making videos when there's stuff to actually talk about. Sometimes I might upload 4 or 5 times in a week. Sometimes it might only be a couple of times in a week. It just depends on the NBA. So I hope you guys can understand. I do have to do other things with my time other than just make these videos. For example, make other videos that I really want to make, and that's why I can no longer go at the pace where I was going at, uploading on this channel 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So I really hope that you guys understand that, and once again, I do apologize for all of the changes that do happen on this channel, because this channel changes like every other episode. I'm sorry. But that's enough of that blabber, yo. That's enough talking about stuff that don't matter. You guys are here for NBA news. So without further ado, let's just get into everything that we gotta talk about today. And we're gonna start off this video talking about some of the more poppin' news that we gotta cover around the league right now, and that is the Los Angeles Lakers starting to blame other teams for the failures that they have had this season, for all of the frustrations, for all of the dysfunction, for everything going wrong with their season. As we get reports out saying that the Los Angeles Lakers believe that the other teams in the league were pretty much trying to sabotage them, especially the New Orleans Pelicans. From Genie on down, there's a growing belief that rival teams like New Orleans have gone to great lengths to do the kind of subversive damage that is nearly impossible to prove. Johnson himself has said that he doesn't believe the Pelicans negotiated in good faith, and it certainly was unique to see trade packages that were remarkably as specific as the ones reported throughout the process. And that report right there comes from someone within the Los Angeles Lakers organization. Pretty much what they were trying to say is the trade packages that were leaked from LA to New Orleans were so specific that it wasn't real. You don't see stuff happen like that. The trade packages we were seeing, the Lakers were ready to offer Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, and Kyle Kuzma to the Pelicans for Anthony Davis. The reports that said that the Lakers were ready to throw away everything to get Anthony Davis. Those packages, I guess, were too specific, and that caused some discord within the Los Angeles Lakers. Even Jeanie Buss, the main owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, spoke out about this a few days ago. The biggest challenge is the fake news about how we were supposedly trading our entire roster for a certain player, which is completely not true. So we were getting those reports out saying that the Lakers were making those outrageous monster offers to the Pelicans for Anthony Davis, but the Lakers say that none of that's true, and that's what the Lakers feel has caused some problems for them. But now players within the Lakers locker room believe that they're about to get traded for Anthony Davis, and that can mess with the chemistry of a team. So that's what the Lakers think is the problem, but I very well do believe that this could be damage control. We all know that the Lakers would have given up any one of those young players in a heartbeat to get Anthony Davis if the New Orleans Pelicans would be willing to trade Anthony Davis to the Los Angeles Lakers. We all know that that's 100% factual, so why should it matter if their names were leaked in trade rumors? The players know that their names are being tossed around, you know that the names are being tossed around, everyone knows that the names are being tossed around. So I think this could be the Lakers trying to do some type of damage control. They're not in the best position playoff-wise right now. We'll touch on that later on in the video with some other news that came up, but right now they're 5.5 games outside the playoffs with 18 games remaining in their season. Things aren't going so well for the team, and the Lakers as a whole, they still do want to make the playoffs, but their chemistry isn't there, the camaraderie isn't there, the team as a whole is kind of falling apart. So maybe the Lakers feel that them coming out now and disputing the fact that they were about to trade anyone and everyone away for Anthony Davis might help the team rest easier and bring the chemistry back together. I don't know, but I just fail to see how anything that any other team in the league has done has damaged the Los Angeles Lakers. The Pelicans had no obligation to trade AD to LA. I highly doubt that the Lakers are going to get AD this summer. Even Stephen A. Smith said something similar about how the Pelicans aren't going to be trading Anthony Davis to the Los Angeles Lakers. And if Anthony Davis is ever going to be on the Lakers, he's going to have to do it when he becomes a free agent. So to me, this really seems like the Lakers could be trying to do some type of damage control, some form of damage control where they're trying to reassure their players that they're not going to be traded for Anthony Davis and trying to make it seem like they never were going to be traded for Anthony Davis, when we all know that once again, that's not the truth. Next up though, D'Angelo Russell, who has been leading the Brooklyn Nets to a place that no one thought they were going to be once Caris LeVert went down earlier on in the season, the playoffs, just said something, I guess kind of interesting, not too out there, but something that gets a conversation going. As D'Angelo Russell just said that he is going to be the most improved player this year, and he seemed pretty adamant about it. I'm gonna win that. Put it on record. I'm going to win it. I'm telling you, I'm winning it. D'Angelo Russell, Pascal Siakam, or De'Aaron Fox. Those are the three main guys to win the award this year. Out of all those guys, Pascal Siakam is the most likely. That being said, there are definitely strong cases for both other players. De'Aaron Fox has been leading the Kings to almost the playoffs this year after they've been one of the worst teams in the league for a very long time. As for D'Angelo Russell, him winning most improved player would be great because he was a player that had to improve. Not everyone was sure that he would, but if he was going to make it in this league, clearly he was going to have to show he can be the player that he thought he was coming out of college. It was kind of like make or break, do or die for D'Lo this year. If he didn't step up to the plate, he probably never would have. So to see him stepping up in the way that he did after Caris LeVert went down, you have to give the guy mad props. But then you have Pascal Siakam, and what he has going for him is the fact that he's on the Toronto Raptors, one of the best teams in the NBA, the second best team in the Eastern Conference record-wise right now. What's so impressive about that is that he's managed to improve on a team that just traded for Kawhi Leonard, a team that has Kyle Lowry. Not just improve, but throughout the entirety of this season, Pascal Siakam has been the most consistent player on the Toronto Raptors. That might surprise some people because you're thinking, what about Kawhi Leonard? Well, here's the thing. If you don't play every game, how are you supposed to be the most consistent player on that team? Pascal Siakam has been the guy who night after night after night has been there for the Toronto Raptors, and not just been there, but has been in the game, been involved, been doing work, and he's been getting even better as the season progresses. And that's why he's more favorited to win the award over both De'Aaron Fox and D'Angelo Russell. That being said, this most improved race has been very close. It's been one of the more fun awards for a couple of years now. This is the one that I really like because players improving like these guys improve is what this league's all about. It's super exciting to me. Next up though, how many of you guys remember the name Dwight Howard? That's a name that hasn't been talked about for a while, ever since that scandal with that one person who we're never going to mention again on this channel popped up. Ever since then, Dwight Howard has been out of the news, and he's for sure as heck been out of the games for the Washington Wizards. I'm sure some people forgot he was even on the Washington Wizards. And that's because Dwight Howard so far this season has played a total of 9 games. Man has been inactive ever since signing that contract with the Washington Wizards. 2 years, $10 million, with the second year being a player option. We just got news now that he most likely isn't coming back. He suffered a setback during his recovery from the minor back surgery that he had earlier on in the season, except it doesn't have much to do with his back. The man tweaked his hamstring, and I'd be surprised to see Dwight Howard play at all again this year. He's going to pick up his player option after this year, because if he doesn't, he won't find himself playing anywhere in the NBA. It's just crazy to see a future Hall of Fame player like Dwight Howard, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, multiple All-NBA and All-NBA defensive teams throughout his career, go down like this. It's kind of sad. Now though, back to the Los Angeles Lakers. Like I said, we have more news regarding them and their struggles, as the Lakers are no longer the 10th seed in the Western Conference, but the 11th seed in the Western Conference after they lost to the Los Angeles Clippers a couple of nights ago. 30-34 on the year, 5.5 games behind the San Antonio Spurs with an A seed, with only 18 games left remaining in their season. And with the state of the Lakers as it is and their chances of making the playoffs extremely slim, the question question of should the Lakers shut down LeBron James has been brought about. Paul Pierce himself saying that he believes LeBron James shouldn't be playing anymore this season for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now this talk has made it to LeBron James. The media asked LeBron whether or not he will consider sitting out the rest of the season, and this is the response that he gave us. That would take a lot of convincing from Luke on up. Unless I'm hurt, I'm not sitting games. And then when LeBron was asked whether or not the Lakers have approached him about possibly sitting out the remainder of the games, this is what LeBron had to say. That conversation hasn't occurred, but I'm sure it can happen soon. He later went on to say that he does expect his workload to change. It is possible for him to start doing less and maybe playing less for the Lakers, even if he's not completely sitting out the game. Now, thinking about this for a second, LeBron James gave the only answer he could possibly give during that interview. If he were to come on and say, yeah, I'm thinking about sitting out games, that would mean that both he and the Los Angeles Lakers have officially given up on making the playoffs. They're not even thinking about it. LeBron's already thinking about vacation. He can't come out and say, you know what, yeah, I'm thinking of sitting out games now. He can't say that, so of course he's going to say if he's injured, which the whole premise of this thing being LeBron James might not be completely healthy, so why don't the Lakers shut him down? That's the argument that Paul Pierce has been using and that a lot of LeBron supporters will get behind if LeBron does sit out. As for the whole idea of LeBron not being in the playoffs for the first time in what seems like my entire lifetime as an NBA fan, it's going to be very, very strange for me to see LeBron outside of the playoffs. But at the same time, even though a part of me will miss seeing LeBron in the playoffs, it'll be a huge breath of fresh air. I can't remember the last time that I watched the playoffs and LeBron James wasn't in the playoffs, or watched the finals and LeBron James wasn't in the finals. It will be refreshing to see a finals matchup that isn't Golden State versus LeBron, or LeBron versus San Antonio, or LeBron versus someone else. And I think it's a breath of fresh air that the NBA really needed, because if we did have to sit through another LeBron James NBA finals, it would just become so boring. Anyways, that is going to do it for all of the news that we gotta talk about today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, you already know what I needed to do. I needed to go ahead and destroy that like button, as well as make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on future news videos. Thank you once again for watching, though. You guys already know you are the real MVPs, but that being said, until next time, kick in the Bucks Team STC, and I'm out of here. Peace!